First of all, let's get right into it. This is the A1 Live podcast. I got my homie Fabo,
Ow!
D4L. Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ah! New York, Chicago, LA, nigga, they geeking. Period.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing nothing else. Listen to Future's last 4 CDs, 7 songs. He geeking. Like sneaking and geeking Pee Wee Longway. It don't make no difference who you listening to. So as far as being relevant, if you look at the first Crystal commercial, somebody over there paying attention to that. Cause you
Yeah.
know, my first commercial, I'm in a spaceship. You feel what I'm saying? So they
Absolutely. I
basically
see. I
said,
remember. Yeah. You see what I'm
stop
saying?
by
So
crystals after the
So not
club.
only
Like
so not only did they know to call you because they knew, because you Fabo, you got one of them standout personalities, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you a superstar already. So they knew who to get this going. Not only hype us up. So you right about that, but then to know that you
They saying when you
futuristic,
club, come get you a sandwich, nigga.
you feel
And I mean, for real, if you in Atlanta, like if you know somebody that stay in Atlanta, just hit them on the phone when we get off that bitch and be like, bruh, at 12 o'clock at night when you ride by Crystals, what do it look like? And the
Yeah,
nigga gonna tell you, boy, the line is up the street and around the corner. This
yeah.
every night. This ain't like, you feel what I'm saying? So this a natural thing, you know? And by me having my own sandwich, you know, you pull up to that bitch and be like, let me get that Fabo.
So I mean, so like take me okay, so Fabo, take me back to the beginning. Cause like I say, bro, we've been and you see, I ain't gonna tell my age, but I'm in my 30s. And so we come up off y'all music, we come up off of the culture. Y'all at one time and even still was creating lanes and creating like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big influences on motherfuckers from the north, on motherfuckers from the west. Like y'all was big influence still,
I
but
mean, and that right there wasn't an easy thing. You know what I mean? I remember being on the road, you know, way before. See, okay, well, let me just go back. See, if I go back, me and Dro walking out of Bankhead together. You feel what I'm
okay.
saying? Sitting in the car with some dude who said he about to put us on. You know what I mean? This guy takes us to Raheem the Dream. Me and Dro over there, we put our whole everything into that situation. Raheem helped us out a lot. But, you know, we just weren't growing fast enough for Raheem or whatever. And he was already a star and still a star. And I think that's why that didn't work out. But that was the beginning. So if you go back to the beginning, this is 99, 2000. And
Okay.
Drummer was going platinum with Left, Right, Left. And
Mm-hmm.
he had the jeans and my boots popping off, but he went to jail. And we was the clique that was on the bench. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? You had me, Dro, Tommy Gun. We were just sitting on the bench like, okay, Raheem was like, okay, Drummer and Jim put this project out. So if y'all go pick up that project, I was fresh out of prison for doing 2 years with no girl songs on there, with no snapping songs. I
Yeah.
killed it in every song. You feel?
Okay.
You know,
So
so
your image was
that's what Atlanta know me for. Cause
okay.
you know I got classes in the streets before I even became a member of D4L. Like the reason
Yeah.
why I was with D4L was because I'm in the talent shows and SHAWTY LO, like it's like they already a clique. It's like 100 of these niggas. Like trust me. Like
Okay.
SHAWTY LO had like 100 niggas with him every time he hit the club. Like, and so I'm like the nigga from the other hood, but I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? I already had a deal, blah blah blah. So I started jumping on these remixes and shit. And it was just that I was a problem. I was a problem. You feel what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
like to look at myself like a draft pick, man. You know, them niggas just, you know, they let me in. You know, it's hard to get in the clique. Like a whole hood full of niggas is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was easy. But that was my situation in the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? In the beginning, I had to go back to the streets. Like from 2000, I was already a star. Like on the street, I had a song with Pastor Troy, and Troy was big nigga in the world. Drum was big nigga in the world. I was the next off the block.
Troy,
But
shout out to Troy, man.
that's
Shout
how
out.
that's right. Real nigga, man. But you know, that shit just didn't work out. You know what I mean? And for the next 4 years, nigga, I had to go back to the block. Like you got niggas like
Yeah.
nigga, that shit didn't work out, nigga, in your bitch ass. Like, I had to fight these niggas like they block
Yeah.
hell. You see what I'm saying? And I kind of went through the same transition with D4L. I went back to the block, like, you know, when
Okay.
that type of shit we was on. You know, he give me the big ass check, nigga. I know what he go get with it. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? And that was our mentality. That was everybody's mentality at the time. But I spent 4 more years on the street before I had to get some more game to run into SHAWTY LO. Cause home just a boss. Like He really didn't even, you know what I mean? So I could just tell how much I hadn't grew up
What's
yet.
the best? And shout out RP
Man,
Shawty Lo. What's
R.I.P.
the best?
Shouted
What's
out,
some of
man.
the
He's
best?
shit out shouted.
What's some of the best advice that you probably ever got from Shawty Lo, like, or that you might ever, even if it's on the outside looking in, and you saw the game, like you picked in a different game, cause like y'all come from the new Mecca.
Yeah, I'm give you I'll tell you a secret right now. The best advice I ever got from Shawty Lo was what you hear me say and Tatted Up, what you hear me saying in all of these songs, and you can ask members of the group is stop $2. That's it. That's the best advice. You know, stop $2. Like, hey, stop $2. Like, say, there they go, let it go. Cause you know, I was a problem. But you know, I was like I like to tell the story when I went to Mardi Gras. I was on the road with franchise. Like they was big, get my white tee, and I'm like the
Okay.
other nigga around. I'm like that hyped up crazy nigga around. And they booked out this hotel down there or
Yeah.
whatever. And Lo was like, man, we about to go. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be back up here in a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
I come back to the car. I'm like, they're right here. Y'all open the trunk, open the door, open the trunk. I took it and went tied down. You know, them
Yeah.
niggas called me on the phone. I can hear parlay right now.
Yo.
Hey, man. Them folks
Nah,
say y'all took everything.
yeah. Look.
Yeah, man. That shit was crazy, man. That shit was dope. But you know, best advice Lo ever told me was stop, man. You know, because sometimes I can get a little carried away. And you know, it carried over into my songs, it carried over into my personality.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
but sometimes that's good energy though. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Cause
But he the
you
only one
gotta
that could do it though. So that's the thing. The reason why it makes so much sense is because you know when you having your way, period. Because you know a lot of us was already having our way before
okay.
this shit jumped off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
any nigga who know us, you know. But at the time when we jumped off, I wasn't having my way like that. Then I was having my way before that, but I was splurging a
Say,
little bit too hard. I ain't
okay.
gonna pop out like that, but yeah, you know. But when I was in jail and all that shit, I had to crash.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of us we really went too infatuated with what was going on. When we got on the road, that $35 a day, you know, that shit just went intriguing.
And like I say, but y'all, and see, you said you know what I'm saying. You do the D4L. You sit back, you come sit down for a little bit. The in and out transitions, and sometimes, bro, like that just be the reset that a motherfucker
Yeah,
needs, that a nigga
sometimes
need.
that growth, you need that growth
That's it,
because you
man.
know when you in it. I like to say sometimes you got to step out, you know, to look back in. You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can be so caught up in it you can't think straight, you know. And I think
Even
that's what happened with a lot of younger artists or whatever. But you know, in the beginning, I think everybody gonna go through that. You see what I'm saying? You gonna, but if you're a hood nigga, you might skip from camp to camp, you know, until
yeah,
somebody put that bag behind you. And
yeah.
you know, thank God for Shawty Lo, boy. God damn, boy. Thank God, Shawty came through. Shawty came through.
yo, definitely. And like I say, man, it ain't all in vain because y'all still putting on. I mean, look at this 2021,
Yeah.
and you got samples of Geeked Up playing in the background
Bro, it's 2021
on the
and Meg Thee
Grammys.
Stallion just did the Grammys and sampled
That's what I'm
in
saying.
the
You see what I'm
beginning.
saying? Talk
I mean,
about how
that
you
was the
felt.
hottest show right there, the hottest act, the hottest show, and her go-to song in the intro was D4L. So I mean, that right there, we relevant.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
and that go to show you to the and Grammys. You know they looked at. You know how they looked at. You know how they look at the Grammys. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how they look at them, but I try to keep my own view. They need to give me one.
That's what I'm saying. You know, that's the prestigious. The Grammys is like the, you
Yeah,
know, the Grammys
that's the
supposed
top
to,
of the top.
yeah. So for it to be on that type of platform, you know, y'all still popping. Fabo still popping. You feel me?
Facts.
Like like I say, I've been So, but what? Okay, so what side of Atlanta you from originally?
I'm from Bankhead. I'm from Zone One, West Side,
Oh,
1500 block, left
okay.
side.
So you grew up. So who all the legends that you know the listeners that know that you grew up around? Like you know
Oh, I mean, like I said, no. I grew up in Bankhead. Like I grew up in Perry Home, like 2 miles down in the ditch or
But I'm
whatever.
saying you pull up to a club, it's easy to run into who, like you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, not back then. So that's what I'm saying. Like this Atlanta that you know now didn't
Okay,
exist
okay,
10
get
years
into
ago.
it.
Like 10 years ago, I would say about 12 years ago. I would say for the past 10 or 12 years, you could walk up in Atlanta and kind of run into stars and stuff like that. But when we was growing up, like I never ran into Goody Mob anywhere
I got
Andre,
you.
one of them cats. I never ran to none of these people because Atlanta got so many hoods and so separated
Yeah.
that back then everybody was on prosperity and trying to separate their family from the hood and all that, and it wasn't enough money to buy your block back. Now it's like every time somebody gets some money, they're trying to buy their block back. So a nigga block more than you probably would back then. My block Bankhead because of the King, screaming that shit in his song. Shout out to him. He did his thing or whatever, kept Bankhead on the map. But I mean, that's probably why my hood. You see what I'm saying? Unless one of these other cats. But when I was coming up, I didn't run into nobody. Like I can't think of one person I ever seen at the store. Like, oh, that's I think Keith Sweat. I seen Keith Sweat one time. I was somewhere at a record store and he was signing some stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't like on the regular, like you say, with motherfuckers pulling up to the gas station in Lambos and foreign, like you know what I'm saying?
None of that. I wanted
you might see JD riding around there now and then.
And ride down my block, so I know that wasn't happening. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm just saying, like now, it's way more opportunity. It's way more plentiful for artists to shine. It's a lot of more things out here you can get involved in. Because of the internet. You see what I'm saying? Back then, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, the internet wasn't what it was. MySpace and stuff like that was just down coming along. You had 30 pictures on your page. You had to wait 10 years for that shit to load up, sometimes. Nigga had 7 pages, So I think that was the situation. We didn't have the opportunity to, get that outlet like people have now. But having that outlet now, I think a lot of artists need to just jump on it. Old artists too, man, stop complaining, get up off your ass. If you wanted to goddamn some shit to be different, you should have left a blueprint. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. What these cats doing right now is they reinventing the game. And every time somebody come on the block with some new dope, either you buy some breakdowns or you go somewhere and find something better. That's just how it go. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen a nigga stand on the block and cry and get more money than that.
You can't. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it, bro. But I mean, but the game changed and we adapt to it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we learn how to. No matter what, if you're real and you know how to get it from the gristle, you gonna change with the game, like how you supposed to. But like so even growing up over in Bankhead on that side of town, and you saying like, okay, when you was coming up,
I ain't running into nobody.
Too much. So where did you get where did you get that music like notion from? What made you want to fuck with music?
From my mama calling me downstairs, making me sing with her friends. From me challenging niggas in the hood off of H-Town and Jodeci songs. From me singing in the choir at school, from me singing at church every week. I'm a church boy. I used to put the chairs out there on Sunday for you when you put the Bible. I was that nigga. Like I went the rah-rah nigga. Like, you know what I mean? That shit just, when you in the hood, you get pulled into shit sometimes. And it's about how you react when you get in those situations on, who you gonna be. And me, myself, personally, or whatever, I'm a survivor, so I'm here. You feel me?
Amen to that, bro. Like, amen to that. You know what I'm saying? And you built it from something. Like, when did you first know that you wanted to get money off of recording? Was it when you came home? Like, you came home like, yeah, okay, it's some money into this? Or was you doing it?
Came home on the same fuck shit. I was walking around on that same shit. And I got locked back up for 45 days. Whatever, and just so happened my little brother was in there with me. He had just caught a serious case. He been gone 20 years since then, and when I came home or whatever, I was just like I was on the same shit, and I got locked up for like 45 more days or whatever, and they had me down there for that, and I just had time to think while I was in there. I was like, man, you know what? I can't do this. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got out, the pool palace used to be on Hollywood Road. So goddamn, my little cousin and my brother them walking up there all the time, fucking with me, and fucking with it. And then I started walking up there with them, just on some club shit. And I seen the talent show giving away $100. Everybody in here got $20 in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? $20, $30 at the most. And we coming up here buying blue motherfuckers and shit, buying the picture. Goddamn, they goddamn, he trying to get right. And that's how I started. I just started jumping on stage. I started jumping on stage right there, and when it closed down right there, whatever, I had done got caught up a couple more times or whatever, ended up back in there. And then when I got out, I ended up on Bankhead. The pool paddles had done moved up on Bankhead. And
Okay.
that's when it started. You know what I'm saying? That was it
Yeah.
really, yeah.
So, but okay, when you jumping on stage, when you first get in, that like outrageous, like that type of energy. Did
Yeah.
that come? Is that you,
And
or did that come
I was yelling in school.
like
Anybody
because
who you ever meet
sometimes
that
musicians
know
got to
me.
get into they
Oh
or
man,
certain
I've been
artists
doing
gotta.
this. Man, I've been doing this shit since high school, bro. All the screaming and yelling. I've been doing this shit since high school. Like anybody you ever meet me that know me from school, like this nigga was yelling in the hallway. That man used to be getting on my nerve. Man, I couldn't
Yeah,
stand that nigga. I used to always have
yeah.
candy in my pocket. My mama was the candy lady, so I always had candy. My daddy owned the pool room, so I always had candy and shit.
Mm,
So it was just that type of nigga, man. Sometimes you can't contain that.
yeah. Sometimes it is, and I know, bro. Like I've been on stage, so sometimes, like it's just like you say, it's just
Give me a minute.
you born with it. You know how they say, maybe you born with it. You born with it, bro. Like for real. You know what I'm saying?
You got it got to be in you, not on you.
Facts, bro. Yeah, that's real. That's real spill right there, man. Yeah, yeah.
Real
Like
shit.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that's why I don't know, bro. Like, cause you just I don't know. Like
You got
especially
yeah.
like you got the your little
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying when you get in there when you
I
get
mean,
into your
when you grow up or whatever, you start hitting the club, you get additives now. To take them
but
to another level.
okay, but
When they
and
get
even
them blue
still,
motherfuckers
bro.
in you, they make you go crazy too now. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So when you get them additives and you add on to what you already got, that shit can go to another level. I'm trying to see God.
yeah. But okay, so you didn't seen yeah.
Pray for Jesus. I ain't never found him. I be looking
yo,
for him, but that nigga will show up, but I swear.
yo.
But I try every time. I'm trying to see God. Nigga, what you doing this for? I'm trying to see God. You
Yeah.
gotta be up there somewhere. I try to go high as I go.
Yeah. You got prayer on your chest. You feel me?
Pray for Jesus. Pray for Jesus. Pray for
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, all this shit nigga taking the word through, but we need Jesus to do it again.
Look, and we got the is that one of your lines? Is that on your line?
Yeah, this on
That
my
shirt?
I'll pray for Jesus gear on my website, the geek where all the geek life gear. All that shit on my website. I got all the Azakite stuff, all that stuff on the
Okay, I
website.
was one. Yeah, because you
I
got a
got
few of them.
astronaut suits. I got astronaut suits. I got helmets. Man, I got shit for girls that just show their ass and shit. You know what I mean? Just all kind of shit, man. I got
Yeah.
whatever. It's just
Uh,
funny, freaky, and high.
yeah. And like I say, you performed on various stages, bro. Like
Yeah.
what's the the best thing you got out? What was your best performance and the most exciting performance you ever performed? Whether it's you at the club this or
I would say, what I felt like I got the most out of it, and the crowd got the most out of it, and it was exciting from the beginning to the end. I would say in Iraq. You
okay,
know,
okay,
maybe Camp Taj, yeah, Camp Buka, because when those like the two biggest places that I performed. We have that Operation Freedom too. That was kind of big too. But
stunting.
Camp Taj and Camp Buka or whatever, I like people were like man, I had to shut one show down because of mortars. Like in the middle of my show, the siren went off or whatever. So I'm still trying to perform. Everybody like hitting the ground. Poof.
Yeah,
Everybody hitting the
yeah.
ground. And it's the general come on stage. When you hear that damn siren, you get down. You get like screaming all at me on stage and shit.
Yeah.
So that shit was crazy. But as soon as the sirens went off, they started the show back up. And you know what I mean? That shit was crazy. But
What was that a tour or was that
yeah, that was
what
a
tour
tour.
was
I
that?
think it was a tour. Where it started out as just one show. But I went down there with Cassidy. I think it was DJ Unique, DJ Swamp Izzo, a couple of us down there, whatever. And it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah.
So it started out as a show, but it ended up as 5 shows.
So what would you say you like and because you've been over there, you got a chance to touch and feel and see the difference in crowds like what's a US crowd compared to even just a crowd in your
Well, it
city
just
because
depends on where you at. It ain't that like a US crowd. I mean,
okay
you're gonna get that feeling, if you're a good artist and
yeah
you're an entertainer. Me
but
myself,
I'm
I
I'm
got
saying like
yeah.
what you know what I'm saying? What was live for you when you went out there and was like,
Oh, I
yo,
mean,
okay, this might be
I mean, for me, like, I don't know, man. I do so many shows or whatever. You
yeah.
know, I've been at the bar like the Five Heartbeats and had more fun than I have on the big stage with 20,000 people. You know, somebody auntie, hey,
Yeah.
go auntie. You know, I've been in there. That shit be more fun sometimes. But you know, I've been on so many stages. I always, you know, I had those moments. Or whatever. I feel like that one moment still awaiting me because you know I've been in a couple of groups. I've been you know, on TV. I did all kind of other stuff or whatever. But you know, you still waiting on that one moment for you when you by yourself. You know, you up there.
Word.
So I'm looking for that. You know, but I Rolling Loud was dope. You know, a couple of more things
You
or
know what I'm
whatever. But I
saying?
nothing that just popped to my mind because I be having so much fun. I sometimes, dude, I can't even remember the shows. I be done blanked out. I
Yeah.
don't even remember coming
And
off stage. Like I go to another level up there. I don't even remember coming off stage sometimes. I come off stage, niggas be like, "You want some water? You want a towel?" I be like,
yeah. Get
I'm
him.
going. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, don't fight. Yeah, let me just come down naturally. You feel
Yeah,
me?
man.
Because
But
sometimes,
I got a new single called Jetpack.
yeah.
I recorded with Zaytoven and Rosart, and I worked with
Mm.
Dope on. So that single coming right now. You know, if y'all didn't catch it, y'all can go
This
catch
ain't
me
you
on
and
the
Zay
Inside
first
South
time
show.
getting together.
Yeah,
This
which
ain't
one?
this ain't you and Zay first time
Yeah,
working, is
yeah.
it?
That is actually me and Zay first time. Me and Gucci hooked up on a
Mm.
Lil Jon track. So this is actually me and Zay first time getting together. So that's
Okay.
dope. And I actually worked with OJ right before he started working with Zay. So I'm not on none of those songs, you know what I mean? Or
Wow.
whatever. So
So everything just so happened to yeah.
I was already gone in the mix because I got on like right before OJ. So we on the road while OJ getting on, so I didn't get a chance to get on none of those songs. But I was with him every day, like before it jumped off. Like he'll take me to the Libra. I had him at the Palace. He introduced me to the East Side because you got to think niggas on the West Side don't even go to the East Side. Like OJ was the
Okay.
first nigga took me over there, and I hung out. Like I was shout out to them Never Again boys over there, the Black T dudes or whatever. We was over at their studio. They were cool as hell, and that was some dope shit. So I had a chance to experience both of them. But yeah, that was my me and Zay first time together.
You didn't work with a lot of people though, Fabo,
Yeah,
like or done been in cameos for a lot of
yeah,
videos. Like
yeah,
like, but who is that artist that you ain't worked with? Whether it could be a pop, you know, because I could see you, I see you on the pop lane just over there, just you know,
yeah,
dominating on features.
yeah.
Who is that we wouldn't think of that Fabo would want to say, yo, let me go ahead and
Yeah, I like the
get
weekend. I like Bruno Mars. I like the weekend. You know, cool cats or whatever. You know what I mean?
because I
I
be
listen
hearing
to
a
a lot
lot
of
of
that
I
music.
be hearing a lot of cats.
I
I be
like
hearing a
Cuddy.
lot of records that I can hear
I
you
like
on.
Cuddy too. I like Kid Cuddy. Yeah, I like Spitter. You feel me? I just want to get in there with Currency and sing something
Okay,
gangster,
okay.
like something
Oh,
old as hell, like something that belong in one of his cars. Like you feel what I'm saying? I
okay.
always be watching Currency stuff, be like, man, I would sing one of those songs that make you throw three bitches in the back of that bro and grow an afro. I'm telling you.
Word, word.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you for having me on, though, man. Definitely, though, man. You know,
Hey
you got to
man,
stay in touch with me. Stay in tune
what
with me.
you so right now you got the new single coming out. You got that coming out when you dropping that?
Yeah, the thing that coming out Friday, Jetpack coming out Fridays, new video coming out Fridays, video crazy. It's a throwback to the old videos where we spit the bag on it. You know what I mean? I jump in the spaceship and I go across the galaxy with a whole bunch of girls, man, and it's a trip. You know what I
Well,
mean? It's a
shit.
trip.
I'm geeking, Fabo. I
Ain't no
appreciate
niggas
you.
in my video, man. Ain't no niggas in my video. Ain't
Yo,
no niggas in my video, bro. I got
word.
two videos up right now, man, and dudes just barely slipped in the first one.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
you know
because
what I'm saying?
I make a lot of music for women. You know what I mean? So you know, that's just basically who I be trying to get my point across to.
Absolutely, absolutely. As do you feel me? Especially for whole
But when I'm
project type.
geeking, man, you know I fuck with them niggas. When I'm geeking, man, you know I fuck with them niggas.
Absolutely. Hey. Hey,
You know
yo,
I make a
Faye.
song or something when I'm starting to see spaceships. You know I make a song for y'all, nigga, man. I'm just playing.
No, I mean, you know, we know you be on your, we know you come with the gangster shit, like you say before. you got the commercial success, you was already, you know, giving the streets what they needed.
Facts. Man, I got songs in the hood right now. Like if you're from Bankhead, if you're from one of them spots over there, it's songs like if you're having a barbecue or something. Like I got this song called Bankhead. Like you can go on YouTube. It's on there. That y'all probably wouldn't even. You probably pass by every day.
Okay.
If you're a DJ or something, and you come to Atlanta and you hit that Bankhead Street where you at the Crucial or you at, you know, one of those other clubs, small clubs, the Mexican, just anything up and down there, and you slap that Bankhead song on, I'm gonna be and I'm tired of struggling. Every day I'm hustling. Club gonna bust out singing, and the street got love for me. You know, well, I just got those hymns out there like it's a church song. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what keep you going. You know, that's what keep you
And
going.
so real quick, where you get that melodic, you know, notion to put? Because
Yeah.
if you want to be real, like y'all was the first ones doing that whole melodic flow, like that whole.
I mean, I grew up singing all that bone stuff, all that Twister, Do or Die. I was all in MT Breed, you know, pop. It was just like listening to them surround and round, round. Like you
Right.
always had that in your head, like you know what I mean. And with Breed, you know, Breed was a whole nother entity. And to get Nate Dogg and other cats like that, like I had a lot to listen to before I started my sound. But I was thinking more James Brown screaming and stuff
Yeah.
mixed with
Yeah.
mystical. You know, you got a
Yeah.
little mystical in there, and then I got a little Al Green in there too, because I kill all them songs too. So it's like if you listening to me, that's basically what you kind of getting. You getting a mixture of all of that. But I don't like to be up under the track like a mystical. I like to be on the track like
Yeah.
Jay-Z. Like that's why I
Yeah.
be Barbara, like all in
Yeah.
your face. You like this nigga's like standing right by me and shit. But you know,
Facts.
but
So when you gonna put out that whole soul tape? When we gonna get that Fabo gospel album?
I mean, you know, I already got a whole man, dude. I already got like two gospel. I got two gospel albums. I got two gold. I got two oldies but goodies. You feel what I'm saying? And that just come from recording every day, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely about to get y'all a project, man. I just want to get them ready first.
Hey man, we need that boy because, and then like I like what you're doing because see your face everywhere. Like you, like I said, sometimes it takes for that reset for you to see. All right, let me do
Facts.
Fabo. Let me get Fabo all the way together. You follow what I'm
Facts.
saying? I've been doing everybody else. Now let me
Facts.
just, you know what I'm saying? Let me just tunnel vision, stay focused,
Big
and
facts.
you see what I'm
Big
saying,
facts.
and reap my benefits.
Big facts. Big
Yep,
facts. You know what I mean? It's just all about. I mean, it's sometimes you know they tell you on the airplane, man, you got to really put your seatbelt on before you try to put somebody else's on, because your ass might fly the hell around this plane.
yeah,
So you know we don't want to lose both of y'all.
yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of tackle that same thing in life or whatever. You know, before you drag everybody else down with you, you got to be able to put yourself on. Because if you sell a lot of motherfuckers a dream or whatever, then y'all all going down together.
Absolutely. Yo, what's your favorite song to perform? That top one. I don't care if you're doing
Scotty,
one.
it got to be Scotty.
Okay.
It got to be Scotty. Then tat it up. You know, and then
Okay.
go from there.
Yo, when that shit came out, I remember I'm in the crib watching my niece. I got my little niece. She grown as hell now, but I got my little niece running around. Turn it up, yo, man. On everything I love, bro. She grown now, but she don't know she was doing this. But she was like 4, 5, 6 years old, running around talking.
That nigga said she don't know she was doing this.
She don't even know she was doing it. She didn't know now.
That's what's happening, man. That what happened. I definitely appreciate the culture, man. You know, trendsetter, man. That's what it's all about, man. You want to put the basics down, and you want them to run with it. You always want to be enhanced too, you know. And when you still out here, then you got to get better with the competition.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be?
Nothing. It
Nothing.
wouldn't be what it is. It wouldn't be as much money. Niggas wouldn't have fought for it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad it was like it was. I'm glad it's been hard. I don't like that a lot of artists don't own all their masters and stuff like that or whatever, you know. But that's changing too, you know, this generation. So that you can't complain when it's money going straight to your bank account and you own everything. You know what I mean? That's just about hard work.
Especially having the knowledge that you have and like the experience you got. Like, because okay, they came to Fabo right now with that X amount. You know what I'm saying? That just X, I don't care what it do. They
I already
came
got it.
talking real good. Would you go back to? Would you sign to a label?
I already got it. I wore Dickinson felines my whole career. So it was basically like a uniform. My suit cost $24. My shoes cost $2 for $69. You do the math. I already
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. Amen. Amen to that. I mean, because it's some guys that rather a label. They all they want to do is write the music and won't. Some guys is lazy, ain't get it from the mud, don't have that hustle in him. So all
Yeah.
they want to do is just let me write my 16. Y'all do all the work.
More power to them. Good
You
luck.
know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I
So
wish him the
that's
best. Definitely wish him the best.
yeah.
You got to put your whole foot in it. Sometimes your whole leg. And then when you get wet, you got to change your pants and try it again. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to start somewhere else. You might have to take your shirt off. My mama said when I was young, I used to get butt naked, go to the bathroom every time. She said, "You ain't got to pull your pants down." Like, I don't know why I'm getting naked. I'm just
Yo.
preparing for the future.
Prepare for the future. You feel me? I don't know why you doing it, but I mean, we know not, mama.
But
You feel me?
big fact.
That's
Big
love.
fact. Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to Mama Love, man. Well, Fade, man, I appreciate you, big bro. Like once again, bro, like I appreciate you for touching in, cause I know you a busy man, man. I see and I be on the outside looking in, but you know what I'm saying. Like I say, a legend. You
Forget it.
you got a stamp in this culture. You feel what I'm saying? Like we can't talk about snapping pop. We can't talk about geeked up. We can't talk about none of that. We can't talk about what I'm saying, just the style unless we bring your name up. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. Big facts.
So I
Definitely
appreciate that.
appreciate.
Yo, where they catching you at on social media?
Yeah, man. You can find all things Fabo on geekcity.com, GIKCITY. And I'm on Instagram every day, all day, man. So, come tag in. I am Fabo on Instagram. I am Fabo to all y'all new fans.
Right.
Hey,
Yo,
Fabo. Yo, what up,
yeah.
Fabo?
Hey
I
man,
listen to your stuff
but
all
but
the time, man. Nigga,
but that's
nigga
love
walk up
because
and be like,
if they new listeners, that means you still relevant. You feel me?
they walk up on you and be like, yo, what's up, Fabo? I've been listening to your shit. I listen to your shit all the time. Like, nigga, you ain't heard shit I say. You don't even know how to say my name right. Niggas
How do
be
you?
tripping.
Yeah, that don't
You
even
don't know nothing
add up,
about
bro.
me. Oh, you said you oh yeah. Oh I can't
Hey,
believe I
hey,
got
real
your
quick,
name
bro.
wrong.
Real quick, get into the dance show. You still doing that? Is that?
Yeah, man. I mean, right now, we still putting it together. I just didn't want to get people hopes up for it to be happening real soon because we have so many different things going on right now. We basically, waiting on this Finesse 2 movie and stuff with Zaytoven and all of that. And we hoping that they air that Wild or Not episode, because we getting a
Yeah,
lot of chatter
I
about
heard
that.
they back. So that's official.
Yeah. We getting a lot of chatter about that. So, and we hoping those things, kick in and everything. So it's just
You must got the manager of the year. How you wilding out? You crystalline? You
yeah,
you
I've been working with Roland Digital Dope, Roland with Digital Dope, Roland Williams. And I've been working with Queen D4L, the team crazy, man.
I was just finna say, see, you don't sound like you struggling at all. You don't sound like
Uh,
you sound like you
nah,
booked and
man,
busy, bro.
I got a 4 year old who needs so much Roblox money and Microsoft money
Yeah.
that struggling ain't even on the menu. Like
Yeah.
they don't even got no damn. The shit don't even power you up. It's just a mask. It's just a costume, bruh.
Yeah, yeah, that's real, and that's what we do it for, bro. The little ones,
Facts,
man.
big facts,
You know what I'm saying? I
big
got a little
facts.
mama myself, so a
I
few little
got big,
mamas.
I got big ones, little ones. I got
Yeah,
ones through college, all that, man. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you
three
got
of
to
them.
you got to definitely stay working, man, because it don't stop, and they can't take care of themselves.
Yeah, amen to that, bro. Okay, so real quick, if you can give one thing to your fans and listeners, that one piece of advice or just something that just keep them, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah, man. I would say, to anybody out there that want to do this, first thing you're gonna have to do is take care of your body. You feel what I'm saying? It's not easy getting up every day doing 3-4 shows a week or something like that. It's not easy going from radio interview to radio interview, this, that, another. You may think it look easy or whatever because you think, oh, I'm about to go ace this. I know my song by heart. You know, they playing my song and all that, but it's just a lot more into it. So you got to take care of your mind too at the same time. If you ain't getting enough rest, then you can't think straight in these meetings and stuff like that. So I would just say the first thing is health, you know, because health is wealth. And, you know, exercise, plenty of exercise. You know me, man. I'm like the Flash. I got to eat 30 times a day because I'm burning that shit quick. You feel what I'm saying? The doctor told me I burn calories 10 times faster than the average man, especially when
you got so much energy. I'm surprised you ain't out here on the marathon tip. Fabo ain't gonna get on these marathons. Be out here
dude, sometimes, hey, dude, I swear, I don't know why I always been like this. Because look, and then the funny part about it, I was just telling my friend, right? I was like, dude, I played every sport in school. Okay. Like every sport, dude, I'm playing volleyball, anything I could play. Nigga, I'm always the second or third nigga. Like I remember when they created B Team to help let other niggas, you know, coming from middle school be able to play because they couldn't get on varsity. Dude, I was the third string B Team quarterback. Like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, well, it was a long hill up for me. Hey, but the funny part about it was I just noticed the coach, I was like, you got a lot of energy, but I couldn't catch the ball. Like, I couldn't throw the ball. But I used to stay by the water cooler, Gatorade cooler. Like, I'm over here on this side. So they love my work ethic, and I kept the uniform. But it's just like certain plays. You gonna put me in to run the kit back because I'm do some freaking shit, like, you know. Like, but
man, it's a place for you though.
But always having that drive to want to play, you know, and you know, sitting on the bench before, you know, in school allowed me to sit back and watch drama when I was sitting on the bench with Raheem the Dream. You know what I mean? And, you know, going on over to different situations. I remember working with Pastor Troy, just standing there, just watching him while he was doing this thing and just seeing how much of a professional he was, how quick he came in and knocked it out. You know, just being around cats like that in the beginning, it gave me a little bit sharper edge on what I needed to do and what I needed to get done because I had a chance to be there with drama going platinum, you know, be around Pastor Troy, you know. So those like some of the first couple of people that I ran into. Then I ended up kicking with Cujo Goody. Then it was Bone Crusher, you know, just people who took me in. Backbone, you know, I hung out with Backbone for a while. Cooley, Mr. Collie Park, we're hanging out with Yin Yang Twins before they was even, you know, who they was over Cooley C House before, you know, we worked on the Twill Elite, you know, all of that
before
stuff.
Whisper and all the other platinum.
Yeah, man, but just in the beginning, man, just being around Crime Mob in the beginning, going on the road with them, like I had a chance to ride the bench, so I know what it feel like, you know, to chill out. You see what I'm saying? Until it's your time. And then when you get it, don't waste it, you know, because you've been sitting there for so long waiting. So I think for me, the reason why you see me so excited with so much energy is because even with after D4L, you know, and sitting down on the bench for a while, you know, while my big brother was doing his thing or whatever, you know, I was sitting on the bench then watching that and still ready to get back in it, you know. But it's like double dutch. It's like you gotta wait for that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
And even with that, bro, you get a chance to, like I said, not even just reset, but you get a chance to see. Because that might be your test. Is you studying? Is you know what I'm saying? Woo. So for when it's your go, you don't drop the ball and be looking like, okay, what now? You feel me?
Yeah. People be asking me, why you be so excited? Why you be so crunk? Why you want to sit down? I'm glad to be here. Like, you know, when I come out on stage and shit, man, I be smiling already. People like, okay,
so but that's the song, but that's the stage. So what's your creative process like? Okay, Fabo go in the booth. What's the creative process? Give me the rundown. We in there, we gotta.
Sometimes it ain't the booth. Sometimes it's sitting in front of my TV while I'm watching Netflix. I got a keyboard. I got a keyboard in my bedroom. I got all that shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I might get up and drop a track in the middle of the night. Like, it's on me like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm always I'm always doing something to push the envelope. And when you're original, like this is how I look at myself. I look at myself as I'm original. Like, you can't find one copy of me. They tried a couple of times. I'll keep that to myself. They tried. I'm saying, come on, bro. You see some carbon copies of me in the beginning. Like I literally everything.
I don't know though.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
like
saying,
who?
so,
Give me an example. Like who?
but basically, that's what I was saying. You can't find another me. You got one Michael, you got one James, you got one Fabo.
Yeah,
That's it. Ain't gonna
that's
be
it.
there another nigga to do the shit that I do. You see what I'm saying? And I make sure that by practicing hard work. You know, I'm trying to leave the next nigga in the dirt. If you see me do a dance move, they be like, "Ooh, I'm finna do that same move. Ain't gonna look nothing like it. You can never do it because I can't do the same thing again. Sometimes I'm this shit just coming on the fly, and you see me do something
You
like,
not
ooh,
doing the same thing again
yeah, I
sometimes.
can't do some of those moves I do. They'll never be duplicated because they happen in real time.
Sometimes you like I did that, bro. You sometimes a nigga gotta remind you of what you did that night.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, no. I sit down and watch it over and over. Then I done hurt my ankles. I done hurt my toes. I done popped my shoulders out. One time I was in Macon, Georgia with DJ Smooth. With DJ Smooth down in Macon, Georgia. Tex James. I never forget. I go out on stage, crowd crunk, crazy crowd, thick. We in this club. And the first move I do, I pop my freaking shoulder out of place. Like this, like I got the video, like you can see my shoulder go up right here.
Yeah.
Like boom, because I'm hitting it so hard. Like boom, I had
Yeah.
just started doing that transforming move where I be
Okay. Yeah.
and when I was doing it too hard, boom, pop my shoulder out of place. And like I'm seeing some of the video in your DM. You can see me keep trying to throw it back. I can't throw it back, but it's in the routine. Like while I'm saying my shoulder was out for 15 minutes. But I felt like these people paid to see me, and once they go pop this bitch back in, I ain't coming back out. Like,
yeah.
dude, I stayed up there like, man, that shit legendary amongst my squad, dude. Cause they see me come out, and that bitch was sitting. You can see the bone up there. And when I came out, I just took my arm and rolled it around my head like that, and that bitch just slipped in the joint. Choo. I was like, oh God. But for 15 minutes, bro, my show was 15 minutes long. I did the whole entire show, sung at the end, shook a couple of hands, all of that, and fucked my arm up for maybe about 2 months.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. But people didn't even know my arm was messed up. Because if you go on my page right now and look at it when I say this the 10 man,
yeah.
The reason why I was doing the 10 man is because I couldn't hardly lift my left arm.
Yeah.
So I had all these big shows. So I couldn't just be out there one arming it.
Yeah. So you improvised.
I came up with that stiff 10 man move. Hey man, I gotta go, man. Hey man, y'all hit me up on Instagram. I am Fabo, man. I appreciate you for having me in the show, man. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in with me.